YouTube, it's Kedar, aka Director Key, here with an unboxing video for the Fluance RT81 Plus Elite, which makes it sound very fancy, but it is my first turntable that I've ever owned in my life. A few weeks ago I decided I wanted to start collecting vinyl because I'm having a midlife crisis, and I did a bunch of research on YouTube, and it turns out that this one is highly recommended for beginners. You get a lot of value for the price, and I hope so, because in addition to paying for the turntable, I also had to pay $200 for it to be imported to Panama. So I put money into this sucker. It better last a couple of years at least. So yeah, I'm excited because I grew up in a house with a turntable, and I was never allowed to touch that turntable. Wow, 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 wow. Honestly, I was not expecting this thing to be such a huge package, which is why I wasn't expecting the $200 I had to pay to get it from my mailbox. This is actually really gorgeous. Alright, safety warning. I'm just gonna throw things on the floor because I'm kooky like that. So it looks like the first thing we have is a dust cover. Which I remember, dust covers. I had to clean our apartment every weekend growing up, and I'd get like 20 bucks to clean. And I always remember having to dust the dust cover of my step-uncle's record player. But I didn't realize this would have like a nice little tint on it. So I'm actually appreciating this little tint. Very nice. I like that, that feels good. Fluance High Fidelity Vinyl Turntable User Manual. Some plastic. And these instructions are actually quite lovely and clear. And this says accessories. So it looks like I'm getting, these look like they're for the dust cover. Power. This looks like some kind of extra stopper. Okay. Oh, they gave me a little level. That's nice. I was worried because I have to use my phone because I don't have a level. They actually gave me a manual level. We got some audio cables. Great. All right. This looks like the main piece. God forbid I drop this sucker, and as soon as I get it. Let's not do that. Ooh, it's got a nice little weight to it. Oh, there's also pieces. So this looks like the counterweight, maybe? Looks like a counterweight. I almost freaking tossed the styrofoam. I almost tossed the counterweight. And the freaking stylus head. What is it called? I don't know. Boom, boom, boom. And then I think this is the protector, yes. Wow, this actually feels pretty sturdy. I'm excited about that. And do not eat the silicone gel. Which I hope somebody hasn't actually done that at some point in time. But you know they did. You know somebody was silly enough to eat that. Oh, baby, that is lovely. Oh, wow. It looks better than the pictures. I feel like it's a little darker than the photos. But, look at that. That walnut is quite lovely. I hate that it's already dusty. I'm like, don't be dusty. Look at this. Beautiful finish. Oh wow, I'm really feeling that. This is really lovely. It has a heft to it, but it doesn't feel too heavy, and it also doesn't feel too light where you are worried that maybe some external vibrations are gonna affect your sound when your record's playing. The more I see this walnut up close, I'm actually liking it more. I was worried it was darker than the photo, but I really dig this. This feels really nice. So here's a fun thing. I tossed this aside thinking that it was just something for like to stop humidity from getting into the package, almost like the salt thing, and turns out that this is actually the platter for the turntable that I almost threw out because I'm silly and it's my first turntable and I don't know all the pieces yet. But yeah, I was almost a silly fool who almost threw away this. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. Come on, beautiful. Oh, that is lovely. My gosh, that is beautiful. I would have been pissed if I threw this away. Pissed. I mean, I would have been pissed, but then I would have went downstairs and dug into the garbage. I got this back, okay? Like, I paid for this. I'm not letting the garbage truck take this away. All right, so I called the mat a platter, but it's just a mat. According to this booklet, that was a turntable mat. This is the platter. Hello, hello. It almost feels like I'm holding a film reel, which is cool, because you know I love cinema. Alright, so this platter goes onto the surface of the spindle here, which I'm already so nervous. Okay. Rotate the platter until the rubber belt insulation ribbon aligns with the motor pulley. Alright, use the insulation ribbon to lift the rubber belt and place it around the motor pulley. So I'm already having anxiety because I don't want to mess up this belt. It says remove the tape. Cool. But now I'm like, oh my god. So nervous. And which, I suppose you do it like this. Shaboom. And then pull the ribbon off. Ah, shit. Okay, already messed it up. Already messing it up. Okay, I got this. Which way? This way. This goes down here. And then keep our fingers there. Hey, oh, look at that. It's in there, baby. And then they said to give it a little spin to ensure the rubber belt is secured and not twisted. All right, we're making progress. Here we go. Love that. Step 4, place the turntable mat on top of the platter. Let's go, gorgeous mat. Once again, oh my god, this thing is so beautiful. I can't even, I mean, look at this. Ah, beautiful. I'm going this crazy over just a mat. It's not even a freaking album yet. Okay, so there we go. I hope that is correct. I'm so emotionally invested in the success of my turntable, and like, I want it to function properly and I don't want to fuck it up. So I'm like, I'm being extra hyper vigilant and, you know, maybe a little anxious, but it's because this is important to me. This is something like a lifelong dream that I've wanted to secure for myself, and I'm finally doing it at my big age of 45. And so, you know, I'm serious about this shit, okay? All right, cool. Don't make fun of me. Let's get this plastic off. So secure the tone arm with the lock, which I assume is that. Slide the counterweight onto the end. Of the tone arm with numbers facing forward until it clicks on. So I just turn. Okay, maybe I'm supposed to turn this piece. Slide the counterweight onto the end with numbers facing forward until it clicks on. Okay, I'm being too delicate with this sucker. That's the problem. Cool. Step 3, installing the head shell, which would be this beautiful piece of craftsmanship, which I probably should remove the guard, I would suppose. Okay. Alright, so this baby goes in here. And then this is called the tightening nut. That's on there pretty secure. Hey, look at that. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. It's feeling good. And now, unlock the tone arm and lift the cueing lever. Unlock the tone arm. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Lift the cueing lever. Which would be this. Yes, so lift that. Okay, position the tone arm over the platter. So I'm gonna hold this baby here. With the cueing lever, hold the head shell and lower the cueing lever completely. Protect the stylus from touching the platter. Got you. So you ain't touching. Now, with the cueing lever now lowered, turn the entire counterweight until the tone arm is balanced and floating horizontally when head shell is released. Wow, that was really fast. Now we set the anti-skating force to 2 so it matches the tracking force. Alright. Good. Alright. Rotate the entire counterweight counterclockwise until the indicator ring is set to 2. Alright, so we're doing this whole thing counterclockwise until it goes to 2. And we're at 2. Okay. So now we are going to put in our dust cover, which has this lovely little tint to it, which I really appreciate. It feels like a mood. Like I'm gonna put a record in, have this close, and it's just gonna make a mood, you know? It's all about the feeling is what I'm hoping that this entire experience is about. All right, so we have these little clamps that we need to do. So install the hinges on the provided grooves located on the back of the dust cover. These little guys right here. How far down do we need to go on this bad boy? That is not feeling very secure. Hold on, I might be doing something wrong here. There it is. All right. So the funny thing is, I'm so like, I have all this muscle memory from my childhood of not being able to touch the turntable that now that I'm putting my own together, I'm being like overly delicate with it. And it's like, no dude, the instructions are telling you, put that sucker in there with some force. And I'm like, I don't want to touch it and break it. I'm gonna have to get over that because I'm gonna be playing records like a motherfucker. So this is kind of a funny experience to just be like, you know, a little worried about that kind of thing. But you know what? This is analog, baby, and it's beautiful and it's gonna go well. So here we go. All right. Hoping I did that correctly. So we're gonna get these bad boys inside these little grooves. Bada bing, bada boom. You know what I mean? Hey, how lovely. Oh my God, look at that. That's just bringing me back to the late 80s in my house, but I couldn't touch it. And now, guess what? It's mine, baby. I can touch it. Beautiful. Oh my God, this is gorgeous. I'm so stoked. So that was the unboxing of the Fluance RT81 Plus Elite, which sounds like it cost like $1 billion, but it didn't. Thank you for watching that. I have speakers and I have a whole shelving unit on the way to put my record player on. So I hope you continue on with me with my little vinyl journey. It actually feels weird saying vinyl because when I was growing up, we just called them records or even LPs. So saying vinyl feels weird, but everyone on YouTube says vinyl, so I suppose I'll use vinyl so that if people are searching for vinyl things, it will make sense that my video pops up. But I'm probably just gonna keep saying records because that's I'm old and I'm stubborn. I don't want to use new things. So yeah, I'm super excited for this journey, man. I honestly, like I said earlier, I grew up with a huge record player in our house with a huge preamp, and I was never allowed to touch it at all. It belonged to my step uncle, and he was not having it. So I never, ever, ever learned how to put a record on a turntable or any of that. So it always kind of remained this like mysterious link to, you know, this continuum of music appreciation that I felt disconnected from. So, I mean, I'm almost halfway through life. And I've never actually like touched an LP or played an LP on a record player. So I'm really excited to go on this journey. I know it's so silly, but it's like I'm like emotionally invested. Like this feels so right to me, you know, especially as someone who is an artist myself. I'm a filmmaker and I used to dabble in photography, and just even the idea of like holding this giant LP cover and looking at this beautiful art and fold outs and giant photography and books, like I'm so excited. Like the digital thing was fun for a minute, but I'm over it. You know, all this internet shit came when I was 16, so I was right there, and it was a whole new world, and it was amazing. But as I'm getting older, I'm like, dude, the old stuff is it. Like analog is it. Like touching and owning is it. Like, and I saw this coming because my DVD collection was like all Criterion discs, and I refused to like buy films in digital because I wanted to have the Criterion packaging, the beautiful design, the booklets, the essays. Like that is the stuff that really enhanced my viewing pleasure and experience. So I'm hoping to have a similar experience with records and vinyl, and you know, I'm just excited, man. And I have an idea for a little YouTube show that I'm going to put together connected to the vinyl collecting. So I hope that you'll come back for those videos. So yeah, I have a lot more vinyl stuff coming. You know, I'm gonna be transparent about my mistakes and my successes, and you know, I have an ongoing list of albums that I want to buy because they are albums that I love already. I'm not excited about buying things that I haven't heard, but that's also part of the journey, right? And the fun of discovery. But I have a bunch of albums that I need to get to that I love and I need to own, so I will be buying those albums. That's, I mean, Bjork's Vespertine, and you know, Joni Mitchell, Court and Spark, and some Radiohead stuff, and there's a bunch of stuff that that I love, that I want to get. So I'm really trying to focus my collection on things that I love. And I'll have the random dark horse and the random, if I go find a bargain bin and something is $5 and it looks interesting, why the fuck not? Yeah, pick it up and have a little adventure. So yeah, I'm basically going to be vlogging. Do people still say vlogging? I'm going to be vlogging my vinyl journey here on YouTube, and I hope you guys stick around. And so yeah, when that shelf comes and my speakers come, by next week, I will have my turntable up on that sucker and we'll be ready to go, man. I'm excited. I can't wait. Anyway, thanks for checking out the unboxing. Yeah, mistakes and all. Anxieties, mistakes and all. It's all part of the process. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. Hope you have a great day. See you next time. Ciao.